Hello boys and girls, welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is Course 2, Lesson 7-6, Circles. Our objective here is to identify the parts of a circle. There are many definitions here, so it is going to be, we do have to spend some time writing these out, but here we go. A circle is defined as the set of points in a plane that are all the same distance from a given point called the center. The center of the circle is also how we name the circle. So if there is a C at the center of the circle, that's called circle C. No symbol for that. We just call it C or circle C. The radius is a segment of a circle that connects the center of a circle to the circle. So, I'm just going to sneak down here. If we're talking about this one here, TS, segment TS, would be a radius. T would be the center of this circle and the name of that circle as well. A diameter is a segment of a circle that passes through the center of a circle and has both endpoints on the circle. Okay, so again, I'm going to scooch down here. WV would be a diameter of this circle because W and V are both on the circle, and this segment also passes through the center T, so that would fit the definition of diameter. A diameter is actually made up of two radii. The plural of radius is radii. So, if you know the diameter, you can figure out the radius by dividing by 2. If you know a radius, you can figure out the diameter by multiplying by 2. A central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of a circle. It is formed by two radii. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Angle WTS would be a central angle. Here's a radius, here's a radius. The vertex of the angle is the center of the circle. That makes it a central angle. So central angle must contain the center of the circle. A chord is a segment with two endpoints. With both endpoints, on the circle. Okay, so back to our diagram here. WX would be a chord. Now, In the strictest sense of the definition of chord, WV is also a chord, but its best definition is a diameter. So a diameter is the longest chord possible. A chord does not have to cross through the diameter. If I were defining these two parts, I would call this a diameter and this a chord, by the way. Just know that, those definitions overlap just a bit. An arc is a part of a circle. It's named by by points on the circle if it's less than a semicircle, which we'll define in just a moment, we're going to use its two endpoints. Okay, so if I wanted to talk about arcs, it's just these little pieces of the circle here. Okay, so I could say arc SV, less than a semicircle, arc WS, arc WX, arc XV. A semicircle is half of a circle. You're going to use 3 letters to name an arc that is a semicircle or longer. Okay, so if I look at this diagram, arc WSV is one semicircle. Arc VXW is a second semicircle. I could also talk about arc WXS if I wanted to, and I would just name either X or V, because to trace around this way I would cross through X or V, so I would be looking at this larger, very large arc of this circle. Okay, in those cases I would use 3. Also, the symbol for an arc is like a frown. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind, make note of that as well. Alright, so here we're just going to go through and identify some parts here. ST is a radius. VW is a diameter. WX is a chord. Angle STW is a central angle. SV is an arc, so this should be red, arc SV. So that's this chunk of the circle from S around to V. And arc WSV, WSV is a semicircle. WSV. Okay, so the 3 letters in a name tell me that it's a semicircle or longer. Also, if you have a semicircle, its endpoints are also going to be the endpoints of a diameter. So that's something else to keep in mind that can help you if you need. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page. We have examples. So it says use circle F in examples 1 through 3. Okay, so in number 1 it says naming parts of a circle. Name all the radii, diameters, and chords shown for circle F. So circle F is right up here. The radii are segments AF, segments BF, and segment EF. And you could reverse this segment FA, FB, FE. Your choice there. Again, use your segment symbol with that. The diameter in this particular circle is segment BE, or segment EB if you choose. And the chords are segment CD and segment BE. Because it said name all, okay? If it just says name the chords, I would probably not include BE because it's been named as a diameter. But since it said name all of them, you want to be sure that you overlap. Okay, name 3 of the arcs in circle F. There are many, so I'm just going to pick a couple here. So arc BC, this chunk of the circle right here, or that part. Arc BAE, which is a semicircle, by the way, BAE, okay, and arc ED, the very short one here between E and D. And there are many, many, many others. Well, I don't know, too many others, but several others, let's put it that way. Okay, naming 2 different arcs between points C and D. Okay, the shorter arc is, in fact, arc CD. The longer arc would be this arc that is greater than a semicircle. So that I could say arc C. Oh, how about a knee? I could also call this arc DAC. Doesn't matter. Same thing here, arc DC. All right, you have a few quick checks on the bottom of this. Please complete these.